Welcome. You're listening to John Hyman from Commercial Real Estate Online. We're a special website that provides lots of tips and ideas for commercial real estate agents and brokers around the world. If you need any information or tips or ideas to help you with your career and your actions in sales, leasing or property management, you can get them at our website, which is commercial-realestate-training.com. And the website particularly looks like this. And within that website, there are many different articles and ideas, downloads, and particular topics relative to the property market today. That being said, also on that website, you can access some MP3 files to listen on iTunes. So it's just a matter of clicking on this link here and it'll take you to iTunes. And the iTunes link will take you to many different audio programs which will help you with your ideas, your actions, and your results as an agent or broker. So that's the website, and certainly you can get a lot of information there to help you as an agent with your activities. So let's go to the main topic here at the moment, which is cold call prospecting. It is a big part of the industry. That being said, most agents or brokers struggle with the process. They don't want to do it, they don't like to do it, and consequently they won't do it. So that simple decision of not doing it actually impacts their conversions to listings, their commissions, and their client database for many, many years. In fact, they slow their progress in the industry. Certainly they will still progress through the leads and opportunities they get through the office, but they will not get the good results fast. They'll just struggle and they'll have difficulties when the market turns down or slows. So, cold call prospecting. There are many different categories to look at, and in this brief video, I'll take you through the main ones. Certainly, why do we do it? Well, what we want to do is find more of these, and that is business owners, buyers of property, landlords, property developers, sellers and tenants. The prospecting process will actually help you do that. And of course, from that process you can grow your database, and from your database growing you can increase your contact cycle activity. And I do recommend that you talk to people every 90 days, and over a 90-day period you should be putting at least 5 more people into your database every day. That will create 300 new people over a 90-day cycle. That system works very, very well. So from that you will get more listings. And as a direct result of prospecting, you should be targeting exclusive listings. Unfortunately, you will get a few open listings, but the best business to attract and convert are the exclusive listings in your marketplace. So let's look at when should you do it. Well, the best time to do your prospecting is 2 hours in the morning, and that will usually be 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the morning, and 1 hour in the afternoon, and that will usually be around 4 o'clock or 3:30 in the afternoon through to the end of the business day. I'm saying that you should split it up because some of the people that you try and approach in the morning won't be there, but they're likely to be there again in the afternoon. So by this simple splitting of the prospecting process, you're actually getting more conversions. You're going to reach more people. Certainly you can just prospect at one certain time of the day, but your conversions will increase radically if you do it twice a day. 2 hours in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon. This might sound as though it is a lot of hard work. Well, certainly it is, but when you think about it, the commissions and the listings that you create in commercial real estate are significant. And you do have to work for them. You do have to know lots of good people, new people, clients, prospects, property developers, the people that are doing the activities in the market today. That being said, you need to do prospecting every day. So don't create excuses, don't avoid the process. Commit to it, get it done, do it as part of your diary activity. In fact, it's probably the most important thing that you should have in your diary. Don't let anybody distract you from the prospecting process. So let's look at another topic here. How should you do it? Well, you should be calling to talk to people to see if they have a need or an interest. Now, that means you shouldn't pitch. Pitching is actually a waste of time to a person that you know nothing about and they know nothing about you. You should be trying to create a conversation, to get to know them, to understand if they are interested in commercial property and have a need or an interest in sales, leasing or property management. As I said, the time frames are maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon and beyond that, and certainly 9 a.m. in the morning and beyond that. What I would recommend you do as part of how you should do it is to practice your dialogue. Now, practice is something that sounds so simple, but most agents and brokers won't do it. If you practice your call dialogue every morning when you first get up in the morning, even before you reach the office, it's going to help your conversions in a radical way. That being said, each night, beyond practice, you will need to research the people to call the next day. Now, I do recommend that you use the business telephone book because there'll be lots of business people in there to talk to, and at the base of everything in commercial and retail property today, and industrial for that matter, businesses are at the base of everything. They occupy premises, they own premises, they may need to relocate within premises, and that's how you can help them. So the business telephone book is the easiest place to start when you have no one else to talk to. Be aware of the do not call register. It's going to exist in your area. There will be laws and regulations that apply to the do not call register. Check them out and make sure you stick to the rules. The business telephone book will offer you a good strategy to get around that problem, but when you telephone individuals, you do have to worry about the do not call register. So check out the laws and the rules that apply to that. So beyond that, I would say each night research some accountants to call. The accountants will have clients that require property assistance from time to time. You need to establish trust with these people, and eventually you'll get some business out of them. When you have a successful transaction, you'll find referrals and leads will start to flow. The same can be said with solicitors. Very good people to know. The solicitors will have property-related people within their client database. Again, it's a trust issue. They have to trust you before they will feed business to you. Of course, you do need to know property owners in the area. Now, the property owners need to be the quality property owners that own the best properties locally, and on a street-by-street basis and a property-by-property basis, get to know the right people. It takes time to understand the property owners and actually find them and talk to them. In fact, it's a lot easier to phone business proprietors out of the telephone book. It's difficult to find these people. So that takes research. That's relatively easy. If you look at this one here, you say, well, what sort of targets should you set a day to contact property owners? Now, I would say if you target 1 or 2 property owners a day, that's a good thing. That's because there's a fair amount of research required behind those contact processes to find these people. Over here, you can phone 40 or 50 of the local business proprietors quite easily out of the telephone book. So that's easy, that's slow. Property developers are always available and in the market looking for opportunities. That being said, they will only act when the balances, the checks and balances are there as far as the margins on any new property development from the purchase of the land through to the construction phase and also to the leasing and sales strategy that follows. So property developers come and grow from the market. It is worthwhile knowing them and working with them. So researching each night is quite a relevant strategy. You do need to do it. Let's have a look at tracking and measuring. I would recommend that your call process be tracked. The number of calls out, the clients converted from the calls, the listings converted, the meetings created, and the prospects converted. When you start making calls, perhaps you make 40 or 50 calls a day. That will take you 2 or 3 hours. In that call frequency, you'll find that you won't be able to speak to 40 or 50 people. In fact, you'll only get through to about 15 to 20. In saying that, you should be able to convert, that is here, 2 new meetings with those people. So 2 new meetings a day to people that you've not spoken to before, that's a very good thing. That's how you grow your database. So let's now have a look at another topic here. What are the hurdles? Well, most agents and brokers have a tremendous amount of call reluctance. They just don't want to do it and they'll avoid it at every opportunity. That being said, those agents or brokers who get their head around the process and do it successfully and directly, they will create more business faster than anybody else. It is a mindset, and the mindset does require practice. Constant contact is quite important. So when you open the door with someone on the telephone, perhaps you couldn't get a meeting with them. If you can't get a meeting, then you need to be calling them back again every 90 days just to get to the point where you can get a meeting with them. If you've identified that they are real people that require property help at some stage in the future, then constant contact will be required. It is a known fact that it takes 2 or 3 approaches to the same person before you can get a meeting. That's why you will need a good database to trigger the ongoing calls to help you stay on track. One of the major hurdles in getting the job done, of course, are the diversions that will happen in your workplace. Things will just occur. Things will stop you from making the calls, doing the prospecting. You'll have a client who wants to talk to you, a meeting to create, or a deal to negotiate. Now, the diversions will take you away from call prospecting. Essentially, that's quite bad because eventually you'll run out of prospects, you'll run out of listings, your market will decline, and you'll lose commissions. Not a good thing. You do require organisation as part of the call prospecting process. That is to make the calls every day, and that will require a lot of discipline in your diary. I have said that you should practice. It's a daily event. Certainly do practice the process. Do it every morning when you get up, first thing in the morning at home. Repeat the cycle every 90 days. That goes with the constant contact process. By repeating the cycle, you can actually convert more meetings over time. Most of the people that you talk to today won't want to meet with you. However, when you call them the second and third time, eventually they'll let you meet with them. That's what you want. The other hurdle that a lot of people have is the research behind the process. Making the calls requires research, and you need to do the research the night before. Don't delay, don't hold yourself up when you're in the office doing the research. Do it the night before, do it at home, do it on the internet. It's quite easy. So how can you improve? Well, the prospecting process improves when you create a conversation. Don't pitch. It's not a pitching process. You don't know if the person you're talking to requires your services. It's simply a matter of identifying if they have a need or an interest. Develop a mindset to keep the process going every day, regardless of all the other work pressures that you have. At a bare minimum, you should be lifting that telephone for 2 hours a day. And from that, eventually, you should be getting 2 meetings per day. Beyond that, you've got your other work to do. That's how it works. So persistence does pay, and you need to practice. When you talk to someone, question their need or their interest in commercial, industrial, or retail property. Now, how can you improve? Well, the voice is the major tool that you use in the call prospecting process. What you can do is give your voice some practice, and also the words and the dialogue that you use by reading a book aloud every morning for 20 minutes before you leave for the office. By reading a book, you give the versatility to your voice, the strength to your voice, and you improve your dialogue base so that when you do have conversations with clients, they are more natural, and also they will help you, those conversations will help you create more meetings. So reading a book aloud each morning as part of your routine when you arise is quite a good strategy. Role play the conversations in your office, in your team. If you're part of a larger sales team, certainly role playing is a good thing. And lastly, I will say that you can improve your call conversions to meetings by standing up at the time of making the call. When you stand up, the conversation is a lot easier for you, and the words that you use will also be a lot easier. So let's go back to where we started. I've covered the 5 issues here, and now I'll say the targets. What are your targets from making the calls? Well, I would say that your targets should be better commissions, database growth. You will need a good database of some sort to help you track things. You should be looking for new clients that are owning quality properties locally. You want new clients. And of course you want new listings. Exclusive listings more than anything else, quality properties and referral business. That's how you grow your database. That's how you'll grow your activities in commercial real estate. Start your call prospecting processes. Be prepared to do the work, to get the things done, to research the right people, make those calls every day. As I said earlier, you can get a lot of information from our website on this, and there are many articles on prospecting here, prospecting letters, of course, some recruitment strategies, and also some sales performance measures. Lots of things there for you to get. On the website as well, I put in a chart relating to a client focus. That chart is available for download on the website as well. So they are the tools that you can use and are quite worthwhile. So that is the end of the call prospecting module here. I hope it has helped you. You can get certainly some good momentum, some traction with listings and clients, providing you follow through with what I've just said. Get the process underway. Don't question it, just do it. Improve your actions over time and you'll find that the market will open up for you. Every day you should be prospecting to 40 or 50 different people. Make those calls, get the job done. This is John Hyman from Commercial Real Estate Online. Thanks for listening. And as I said, if you want more information, you can visit the website at commercial-realestate-training.com. Thanks.